Hey guys, so I'm writing you today or videotaping with you today because I'm sad. I have a very low income, as everybody already knows. That's not the news. But I'm going through and canceling some of my subscriptions. For example, I lowered my membership level at alignable.com from 49 to 29. I'm going to be doing something with Audible, either discontinuing it or putting it on a, timeout or something. And today I called a company called Legal Shield that is a wonderful company. I like it very much. I certainly would stay with them if I could. Okay. And the treatment that I got there, calling up and saying I needed to cancel, was, I don't know how to describe it. I went through quite a few menu trees, three or four. When I finally got to someone, of course, they had to try to re enroll me. And I kept saying I couldn't re enroll, didn't want to re enroll. I was very nice. I told her I'm a disabled person. I have a mental disability. I have a physical disability. I have a learning disability. Told her all that. I live several $1,000s under the poverty line for the state of California. I did everything I could to be nice and give her all the personal reasons that I should not have had to give, you know. And she, of course, just went on and on and on. So finally, I got what I think was belligerent and asked her to just cancel. She finally sent me over to the cancel people. And of course, at this company, you have to write them a written notice that you're going to cancel. So I have to sit down and do that in a few minutes, and I'll probably have you guys sit with me because I'm just so beside myself with this goddamn world we live in where they make it really easy to join, but by God, you try to take the money away and they want to kill your children. I'm exaggerating, of course, but it's just pathetic. It's just goddamn pathetic. There's no company in existence right now that knows how to treat a customer. If they had been nice to me in my cancellation and courteous and, uh, done it in a relatively seamless way, I certainly would have considered coming back sooner than I'm going to now. There's other companies out there that provide legal services. I'm sure they know that, but it's just friggin' pathetic. I'm an old man, and I'm sure every old man says the same thing, but the world most certainly isn't the world I grew up in the 1950s and 60s. No one's courteous anymore. Nobody knows how to treat a customer. If my customers tell me something, I just do what they tell me to do. Whether it's I want you to stop doing podcasts with me, or I want you to erase this podcast we did last month, or whatever it is. But no, these big companies, they want to take your balls and put them in a meat grinder before they'll say anything. So I'm going to end this video. Of course, my advice to you is if you're going to subscribe to anything, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a church newsletter or a Girl Scout thing or something for baby bear cubs. Just be careful because when you go to cancel or cancel your subscription, they're going to kidnap your children and hold them for ransom. And of course, I'm exaggerating, but it's just pathetic. The world we live in right now is increasingly cruel, vicious, vengeful, violent, and very, very few companies, unless you become a goddamn billionaire, then everybody licks your feet, you know. Then all of a sudden, you know where the companies are that treat you nice. But when you're somebody like me, every company decides, oh, I can twist his arm or break his leg and he'll stay with us. So I just think it's very hateful and stupid. As a company, it's stupid. Because look, I'm making this video. I told her I've been a producer for 26 years and that I was going to be making a video about their company. They didn't say anything about that. So just if you go out and get a subscription to anything, be careful. Think about it twice. Think about it 2 more times. Because if you ever need to cancel, they will do everything in their power to keep you. Because everybody in the world wants your money. How do you think Musk got to be a trillionaire? Took all the money he could from the U.S. government, took a bunch of people's social security numbers, probably, in my opinion. And then you see him opening a Elon Musk fund for anybody. Hell, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, whose name I think is Mackenzie Phillips, is doing the best job of anybody about giving money away. So, all right. I love you guys. You don't have to do anything, okay? You don't have to do anything to help me. I'm getting by just fine. I'm doing the smart thing. I'm cutting back on some of my subscriptions. So I love you dearly. I'm not going to be able to post this for a while because both of my computers, 2 computers, each one has 2 separate computer problems. So it'll probably be a while before I get this put up, but I'll do my best. Talk to you later. Take care. Today is the 23rd of June 2026. And I had been with Legal Shield certainly more than a year because the lady who signed me up said if you don't stay for a year, she wouldn't get some kind of a bonus. So I purposely stayed. Probably been with them a year and a half. And I like Legal Shield. They do a good job. I just think that any company that, you know, makes it difficult to unsubscribe is not really holding the customer as king. You take care. Talk to you soon. I gotta, like always, I gotta figure out how. I always can't figure out how to stop the recording. I don't know why that is.